What up? What up? What up, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing well. Before we get into things, I gotta apologize because I totally forgot to do this. Let me make sure. I think it's working though, but let me make sure that my microphone is working. Yes, it looks like it's working a-okay. Please let me know in the comments, no matter where you guys are watching it, if it's on X, aka Twitter, or YouTube. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, if everything is coming through clearly. Excuse me, man. Morning crud, right? The morning crud. Guys, it is Friday. It's the 21st. We're halfway through the year. We're almost done with this month, actually. So, we're getting along here. It's the almost the end of June here. We're on the 21st of June, which means we're halfway through the year. And we've already passed. Oh, we've already passed the halving. We should be leading into the bull market, right? Usually for crypto, the bull market is about 6 months delayed after the halving. But we'll get into all of that in just a little bit. Before I do, I got to give a humongous channel sponsor shout outs to the people that make life so much more easier, right? Full transparency, full disclosure. I am supported by a select few projects and entities within the crypto landscape. That first one is Kajira.network. Kajira.network is the place that is empowering a decentralized economy for all. And if you guys don't know about Kajira Network, you guys must be sleeping under a rug. Or no, reverse. That's not how that saying goes. That's not how that saying goes. Sleeping under a rug. Why did I say that? I have no idea. You must be sleeping under. Well, I mean, why do people say you must be sleeping under a rock? I don't know. Not what. Way too much coffee. Things are getting way too deep in my mind all of a sudden just for messing that up. Anyway, you guys must be sleeping under somewhere that's not ideal because Kajira.network is doing some crazy cool things recently within the space, especially within their ecosystem, within their community. You guys definitely should be checking out Kajira.network. I really do appreciate them for channel sponsoring us here. Thank you guys so much for helping me do what we do, spreading the good word, right? The gospel of reality and truth, I guess subjective opinion based content at the same time. But in any case, guys, that's the first one I want to give a humongous shout out to. Kajira.network is the bomb diggity. You guys got to check them out. Matter of fact, can we do a second? Give me a second before we keep going. I just want to see where are we? They just had a project that they launched on Pilot. You guys see this? Yeah, let me see. I love how this is now following along with what I'm doing. Before, when I had to do this on Restream, it wouldn't follow the screen. It would just follow that one address. Yeah, they're Yumba Cow Swap. They just had that. I messed up and I was too busy yesterday, so I wasn't able to actually participate. But yeah, they had this recently launch on Pilot. Cool, 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 cool. All right, sorry. I just wanted to look for myself because they had that and I missed it. I usually actually I've taken part in every one of their pilot sales except for that one. Anyway, the next shout out I got to give is to ICI. If you guys don't know about Interchain Info, you guys definitely need to check them out because I'm actually part of Interchain Info. So, again, more disclosure for you guys, right? But Interchain Info is the place, especially within the Cosmos ecosystem, that you guys can go and find all the information that you need to be well informed, right? At least that's what we're aiming and striving to do. We're trying to be the Wikipedia, like Timmy likes to say, of sorts for the Cosmos ecosystem and beyond. We're trying to build and beyond, right? But we're trying to be the place where if you have questions about said project or you want to look into things more, maybe read their white papers, you just don't want to do the digging out there, right? Like you can just come here and you can just find it. You can find it really, really easy. You can go here to their index. You can go to blockchains, DeFi, AI related projects, anything that's within these keywords here, you should be able to find it, right? So if I want to go to blockchains here, you'll see them all listed, all of them that we can keep up with, all of them, and all the information that you want to look is regarding to that blockchain should be listed there. I'm telling you guys right now, don't sleep on Interchain Info. We are trying our best to be the one-stop shop for everything you need, especially within the Cosmos ecosystem. So remember, education and being informed is key to making critical, hopefully profitable and fruitful decisions within your journey. This is just another tool for you guys to do that. I want to give a humongous shout out though at the same time. Give me 1 second here. I have to give and kind of give, I guess, pat myself on the back. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Like I'm gonna be very, very real. We put in for funding. We put in for The Dora Hacks, I'm going to butcher saying this, quadratic grant funding on their platform, which is really, it's like a community GoFundMe of sorts, right? Within the crypto landscape. That's basically what it is, with a couple of really weird dynamics to it. The way that the funding rounds actually work, like it's not one for one. Like you can't just take, your $1 and get matched $1. It kind of gets harder and harder the larger your contributions are. Nonetheless, I don't want to get into the weeds there. I want to show you guys something, right? Like I'm just floored. I'm floored because I really do believe for a long time. And that's why I joined the team with Interchain Info and Timmy and the whole crew. Um, I really do believe that education and having a focused place to get that education or content or information is critical. It's what's really lacking within this space. And so I've always been a really, really big supporter of ICI or anything of the sort. But guys, we put in, or I put in, look right here. I put in this submittal for Interchain Info. Oops, as you guys can see, it was submitted by CryptoTank, updated 20 days ago. We had 75 contributors. We were able from the community to get over $135,000 bootstrapped to our project. This using Dora Hacks has been a huge success for us, a huge, huge accomplishment. And there, I first and foremost just want to say, and I'm sure I'm speaking for Timmy, and I don't want to, exactly speak for him because I'm sure he wants to say this himself as well. But I can say this from the entire team at Interchain Info, from the bottom of my heart and theirs. Thank you guys so much for the support. We don't know who came through and helped out so much. And it's just, yeah, it's left us speechless. Like I want to bake people cookies and send them thank you cards and all kinds of stuff. But we are by far the highest, as far as funds raised, the highest within Dora Hacks in round two. Um, this was just, again, this is just like shout outs to ICI, shout outs to Ed from Airdrops One, which is another extension, right? Another part of it. He does fantastic work again, spreading the information that you guys all want. But this is huge. This is going to allow us to do right. This is going to allow us to build even further and put out even more cool things. And so, like, I just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, again, thank you guys so much for contributing. This meant a lot to us. $135,000, at least as far as I understand it, in contributions over the past 20 days. Amazing. It was amazing. There's some crazy people out there, and I love you guys to death for being crazy. Anyway, I just want to say that, guys, check out Dora Hacks. Check out, especially the Atom Economic Zone quadratic funding. I'm gonna butcher that every single time I try to say that. But yeah, and then you guys can see what I'm saying here. Check out Interchain Info. You guys did get an airdrop to at least go ahead and cover gas from Dora Hacks. Again, do your own due diligence though. Make sure that you guys are informed and try to, make the most of the information that's given to you guys. But check them out and go support the projects that are out there, guys. Anyway. The next one I want to give a shout out to is Shade Protocol. If you guys don't know about Shade Protocol, they're also a channel sponsor of mine. I know, guys, this is getting it to be a long disclosure segment part of the show. But if you guys believe in privacy, if you guys believe that it's a human right, or you understand the tool that privacy can be, you guys definitely need to check out Shade Protocol. They are, again, within the greater Cosmos ecosystem, but they go much further than that, or at least they are aiming to do so. You guys definitely need to check out Shade Protocol. They actually just launched and had their Alexandria upgrade go live the other day, in which really boosted, boosted the overall look and feel and performance of their platform. Now, let me see here. It didn't follow along like it was for Kujira, but check this out here. A lot of people before were really critical, and as it was warranted, of some of the features and some of the presentation for Shade. Total revamp, looks really nice. Check out the prices here. They have all kinds of charting now for you guys, analytics available for you guys. Again, they have D Shade, which is their native derivative of their token. Um, yeah, it's much better, much better. I'll be making videos and we'll be getting into that in just a little bit myself as well. And then last but not least, I definitely want to give a humongous channel sponsor shout out to Jacko Protocol. They as well, I gotta reset my bookmark page here. They just had a revamp as well. They are working with Coney Daddy, which does phenomenal work with his videography and marketing and whatnot. But Jacko Protocol is a decentralized storage application play within not just Cosmos, I'm going to say this a few more times, but the greater crypto landscape. They're trying to fill a need, a real need that's out there in the space, not just the Web3 space, but the Web2 space as well. And so I'm super bullish, not just because they channel sponsor us here, but because of what the project is and who's behind it with Patrick and the rest of the team. Guys, Jacko Protocol is super crazy good stuff. Super crazy good stuff, period. That's all I got to say. And you guys got to come check out jackoprotocol.com to get yourself more informed. I'm telling you guys right now, you need to keep an eye out on Jacko Protocol. But that's it for my channel sponsors, guys. I just got to do my disclosures and keep everything out there as best as I possibly can so that you guys know I do have some interest, right? I like, honestly, as much as I want to claim that I'll be unbiased and whatnot with things, I do have an interest in some of these things. And so I hope that my sponsors succeed, which will help me look more successful, right? But anyway, Ambito says, "What's up? I dig all the new USD pools they added. You mean on Shade Protocol? Yeah. Me too, bud. Me too. I hope your day's going well, man. But yeah, guys, definitely go check them all out. We're gonna get into the charts real quick, and the reason why I want to make this video is not to do a 90-90 boo boo, stick your head in doo doo, I told you so kind of rant, but just to remind people, right? Like, I don't know how else to put this to you. There's people that put out very good content, and then, like, well, how to say, there's everybody fits a need, everybody fills a void, right? And I'm not saying what one content is better than the other. What I've been preaching for a long time is realistic probabilities, not my opinions, the opinions of the charts, and sharing it with people, which is extremely boring. And I understand that. Like, nobody wants to really hear what could happen out there. And if they either want confirmation bias, right, to their own position and own thought process, or they want the complete opposite, which is like the Don Kryptonium, the real FUD, and like the PvP throw muck at everybody and anything, right? Like they either want, and again, I guess that's still kind of confirmation bias. Nobody really wants to hear probabilities and math and like averages and stuff like that, because they just don't. They really just don't. It's just not human nature. But that's the kind of stuff that I put out. Long-term price, I don't want to say speculation, but long-term price observations on the charts, and then not just like kind of regurgitate what the probabilities of certain things happening, and if I actually see anything being formed that could form into something else long term, right? Anyway, I'm gonna stop my rant and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about here. A few months ago, I shared with you guys, I think even before that, but I shared with you guys, you know, my thoughts on where some of these things and some of these charts could go, specifically Bitcoin. This instance that I'm going to share with you guys was back in March. So, like 3 months ago. Yeah, we're almost coming up more than that, but 3 months ago. Let me share with you guys, just so you guys know that I'm not one of those people that's not any boo boo and just, now I'm hindsight quarterbacking. No, I stuck my neck out there many times, and this is just one of them. So let me share it with you guys right now. This is a live stream that I shared with you guys while I was on vacation, showing you guys the real levels that crypto can go, much like today's title, right? Let me just share with you guys. Hopefully, you guys can hear this too. Lows, stair stepping our way with the price action for Bitcoin on the chart. Like, guys, look, you can't deny that. Nobody's going to want to hear that because everybody just wants to go to the moon, right? But we have here, guys. This is a stair stepping long-term. This is what sustainability, maintainability, and structure actually looks like over a long period of time. That's what we actually want, right? In the market, we want long-term sustainability. We don't want so much volatility anymore. Like, you know, traders do, because that's, there's money in volatility and risk and stuff like that. But like long term, what I'm trying to share with you guys here is a realistic viewpoint of where we could actually come down to. Again, look at the previous high I shared with you guys before, the fib lines. We came up to it. Of course, we're going to retest it. This is leg one of five, just starting leg two. Yeah, it could be, for sure. If you're talking about are you talking about Elliott waves? By the way, I just want to say this is while I was on vacation on Wi-Fi. That's why it's all skippy and stuff like that. But the point of it, and I won't bore you guys and keep playing this, but I'm going to share with you guys the same thoughts that I shared with you guys back then. The whole point of it was to show you guys this screen. Now, let me show you guys my BTC chart as it is right now on TradingView. Okay, this is the same thing. I haven't moved anything, and you guys will see this, right? I'm going to share with you guys. This is the same chart, right? And what I was sharing with you guys is that look how this long-term trend line, this white line right here, has developed over the long period of time that we've been speculating things and projecting things out with, right? Like we are well above this long-term trend line of ours. This is a multi-year trend line, by the way. And right now, price action is just doing what it's doing, right? It's ebbing and flowing. Everybody and their mama, just like I said back then and before that as well, is going to come out of the woodworks if they're bearish because they need confirmation bias. And they're going to tell you that everything is a scam if Bitcoin's price action hits some of these fib levels, right? But if you really zoom in on the chart, and this is the weekly time frame using TradingView and Market Cipher as their favorite oscillator and indicator tool of choice, right? If you really zoom in and you look at the actual price action over a long period of time, this is absolutely normal. This is totally good. Like, look at this. This is just the short-term stair-stepping movement that has been happening so far on even the zoomed in weekly time frame, right? The recent bull run that we had. And I don't care what anybody says, that was a pretty nice pump up, which I would say we've been in a bull market since back here, where I shared with you guys yet again the three phases, right? Like, okay, we have the bull market, the bear market, and anticipation phase. Again, appreciation, depreciation, anticipation is the thing that I like to call it, right? I don't like those trigger bullshit clickety freaking terms that people like to use to get hopium and, again, confirmation bias, right? Like bull market, bear market, sideways crab market, or whatever it is. This was, my friends, right here. This was, if you really look at this, the anticipation phase leading up to the halving, which is this line, this vertical line right here, was just as exciting to me, at least, because I understood it, as this was here in this bull market after the anticipation phase in the last run up. But you couldn't, and I said this before, many times before, you couldn't actually realistically go back and compare that to anything because that was right after Corona. That was right after we printed the most money ever into existence for the US economy and just gave it out willy-nilly like to anybody. So people had excess capital to speculate on. Things were a lot different back then, right? So it was like really unrealistic to even consider comparing this to anything else. It's not going to happen again. It's just not, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not, right? But so what I mean by this is just as exciting. Look, I didn't catch the bottoms here. And I don't think a lot of people did, but let's just say from the 200 SMA on the weekly time frame, right, to the tippy top right here, to the tippy top was 1,000, little over 1,000% gains on the chart for Bitcoin. Let's just go back down to where we, again, kind of not a fair comparison, right? But let's just go back to when we went below the 200 SMA because nobody catches the bottom. Just below the 200 SMA. Say you started DCAing right there, right, to the tippy top. That was 230%. I don't care what the percents were. If it's over a 3-digit percent move to the upside on I'm super excited. So this was super exciting to me. This was super duper exciting to me. From the very bottom of, if people actually did catch it, to the tippy top, you were almost up 400%. 400%. You can call this anticipation. You can call this whatever you want. False bull market, whatever. This was a fun time to be in the market. And anybody that wasn't, right, DCing below the 200 SMA, I get where you're coming from right now, right? You guys are hurting. You guys are hurt bad. But anyway, excuse me. Gosh, I got so much junk in my throat. One second. So much junk called this freaking summer love, man. Humidity here in Middle Tennessee in the South is just oh. Anyway, okay. What's my point to this all? I'll try to bring it back in. I'll try to. I haven't been making videos, and it's been a while, so I'm kind of getting into this whole of a rant. What I'm trying to share with you guys is what I shared with you guys 3 months ago when I was on vacation, right? If you look at the charts that I've been sharing with you guys, we have fib lines, we have 200 SMAs, the 50 SMAs on the weekly time frame. We have a long-term trend line, and look how this long-term trend line is matching up to the golden pocket, which is the 6.5 and the 618, right? Right here. Basically, our fib line, I'm sorry, not a fib line, our fib lines match up with the 200 SMA right here, right? And our long term trend. Guys, realistically, if you were just to take a look at this, and I'm not even a really good technical analysis, I consider myself more of a fundamental analysis than anything else. But if you look at this, guys, what we could really do, and I tried to share with you guys before, we could really come back down and test these levels because things need to be back tested and still be absolutely fine long term if you zoom out, right? If you zoom out, we'd still be making this stair stepping movement. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Even just on this trend line that I've been sharing with you guys, not this one down here, but we'd still be making this long term pattern of climbing slowly and maturing slowly, right? Right? But just because it comes back down here, everybody and their mom is going to say, it's over. You're dumb. The long term, whatever. It's all, blah, 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 blah. But really, long term, we're still in structure. We're still in play, right? You have to learn how to take profits in order for yourself to not be affected by other people's opinions. Remember, I always say this as well, right? Never base your opinion solely on the opinions of others. That's like the stupidest thing to do ever. You can learn from it. You can take it in and you can kind of like analyze it. Sure, definitely educate yourself and see if it's, if they have any rhyme or reason behind what they're saying. But like, I wouldn't like just base your opinion solely on the opinions of others. That's crazy stuff to do. But yeah, what I'm basically trying to tell you guys right now is the realistic place that Bitcoin can come down to. And I'm not even trying to FUD it. I'm not trying to like say that is for sure going to do this as well. But it's this zone right here. It's literally this zone right here, right there, right around 38 to 30, let's say 38 to 40. I think that's going to be a really big level that Bitcoin price action could go to right now. And it'd be totally fine. Everything would be totally fine. Does that make sense to anybody? Because I've been sharing this for a long, long time. And I just want you guys to know that if it goes there, it's still trend intact, right? We're still in that zone. Now, if it breaks down below that, sure, we got something else to talk about because, we broke a multi-year, a long-term support line here. You can see this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty strong. So if it breaks below that, then we have other things to discuss, right? But you should have been taking profits on the way up here, especially when the price action is presented to you. Like I said, triple digit percent moves to the upside. You had to be a profit taker. You had to be, right? If not, that's the only person you have to blame is yourself. That's it. But I just want to put it out there, right? Like everybody right now, it's nobody's exciting. I feel like, let me just ask you guys this. If you guys are in the chat, right? What right now is getting you guys excited? Has there been any deployed news of late for your favorite Bitcoin, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, ADA, whatever, Avalanche, Polkadot, Cosmos? Has there been anything like that's like, yes, other than Base, right? That's been like the biggest thing lately. AI, Base, DePIN. But even that has gained mass support throughout the crypto landscape. And if you guys have, please share it with me because I'm bored. I'm bored as hell. You know why I'm bored? Because I've taken my profits. I'm free and clear, and I'm just waiting for opportunities. The opportunity that I'm looking for is when Bitcoin gets to here. Then I'm going to really be paying attention and deploying possibly my 4x4 DCA strategy on top of the daily, weekly, and monthly SMA strategies that I've shared with everybody. But until it comes to there, I don't find any of this very attracting to me as far as taking on risk with my capital because I've already done so. And I think a lot of other smart people have already done so in the past year or maybe down here, right? When the crypto markets were where they were, when Bitcoins were at that price levels. So you guys tell me, has there been anything? Because there's 63 people watching right now. Has there been any development right now that gets you super duper excited to where you want to speculate and possibly risk putting your money out there because you think you're going to get a good return? I'll wait. I'll wait a couple of seconds because I want to drink this coffee. Nothing. Nobody has anything. That's my point. There's 63 people. I don't know. It could be bots, right? But not even one person can jump in there and say, this is what got me excited, and this is why, and this is how we're going to get value out of it. The only thing, I mean, I'm not dissing crypto. The only thing that still has my attention is the possibility, right? And it's just a possibility, it's not a guarantee of Bitcoin maturing long term. That's it. You've just been having fun playing with Orca? Yeah. Bidding. What have you been bidding on? If you guys don't know what he's talking about bidding on Kujira's Orca. Let me share with you guys right here. Again, channel sponsor of mine, guys. Shout out to Kujira.network. It's been really fun here. Let me see here. I can never find it right here. Liquidate. Is it liquidate? Yeah. So this is Orca right here. And again, apologies, guys. My sinuses have just been crazy. I can just, it's just dripping. Just drip. Oops, not bot. I don't want to go bot markets. So sorry. Excuse me. I want to go to the markets here. What have you been bidding on? Akash, Neutron. Let's see here. The TVL. What's interesting here? What is? Ooh, speaking of DPIN. Oh, excuse me. What is? Where did Akash go? I just saw it. AKT. There we go. Let me view this market. Look at some of these people. Oh, look at this. I bid whatever has decent discounts, just swap into tokens actually like our USD. Phone notifications are on, so I claim and swap minutes. Look, I'm going to show you with you guys. This is actually, you don't have to be bullish long term on the projects. You just have to take advantage of other people getting liquidated. And this is one of the cool things, like I was saying before. And this is why, again, not just why, but this is just many reasons why I'm so happy to be channel sponsored by Kujira, because this is such a really cool and fun, useful thing if you understand it to use within the crypto landscape, right? But what I'm trying to say to you guys don't have to be long-term bullish on the product to bid on it, right? Like what Ambito's saying right here. He bids on whatever has this decent discounts, just swap into tokens that actually like for USDC. Phone notifications are on, so I claim and swap minutes after my bid fills. You can just use it as a tool to kind of arb in between. You get a discount because other people are getting liquidated, right? You're bidding on liquidations right here. So you're already getting a discount on the price action. All you have to do is be fluid enough and positioned well enough to actually take advantage. Look, this is what it is, right? Like, I'm just going to be honest. You're here in the investing and or trading landscape. You are here to take advantage of other people's losses. You are here to take advantage of other people. That's your job. And if you don't understand that, go somewhere else, because I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make it. If you're here to stroke everybody's hair and make them feel beautiful and like we're all buddies and friends and don't worry and everything will be okay, go somewhere else for your own good right now. If you're not up to the task, let me just say this right now into the camera. If you're in the investing and or trading landscape, especially within crypto, and you are not willing to be taking advantage of people in the space to some degree, get out, because that's all we're doing. That is all we are doing, my friends. It's PvP 1000% down to the fibers, like down to the atoms within you, pun intended, with Cosmos ecosystem, all the way down to the itty bitty micro little things that make everybody what they are, right? If you guys don't understand that, that's what it comes down to each and every single time. There has to be winners and losers. There can't be winners without losers, right? Bidding on liquidations means you are hoping somebody else takes the L so that you can get the dub. That's literally what it is. You don't have to like it, but if you're here to make money, you got to do it, man. That's really what it is, man. What's up, chicken tacos? That's literally what it is. Same thing if you're watching things on the chart, right? If you're watching things on a chart and you're waiting for certain levels, like we were just showing you guys with Bitcoin and stuff like that, I want people to feel so much pain, so much FUD, so much emotion that they sell that Bitcoin at certain levels that I'm interested in because I'll buy your tears, your fears, and the bloodshed on the charts. I will not buy hopium and excitement. I take profits, I sell off into that. That's literally, you got to switch. Like, if you are here because you want to comb everybody's hair and massage their shoulders and we're all buddy buddy and we're friends, which you can make friends and stuff like that, right? Just get real with yourself because they're here to liquidate your ass. They're here to take advantage of you. A lot of them, at least. Not the vast majority, unfortunately, are not. And that's kind of why I do what I do and say what I say out here so that people can get a better understanding of what this game is when it comes to investing and or trading. Even in investing, you, the strong, right, are trying to capitalize on opportunities that the weak cannot partake in. Like, this is what it is. It's not fair. It's just what it is, right? If you have money while other people don't at certain times, you are more than likely able to capitalize and capture that opportunity for the long term, like investing into real estate and stuff like that, right? I could, when other people didn't have cash, they had to borrow money, like right now, right? Not a lot of people have cash. I have cash sitting on hand. I can make cash offers, which are a lot more appealing, right? On both sides, than somebody having to take a loan and all kinds of stipulations come with that and possibilities of not working out and stuff like that. I am going to beat out the person that has to take a loan. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Get right with it. You are a wolf. Be a wolf. Hungry for little lambs to cross your path. Be patient. Don't go rushing out there, right? Bidding on liquidations is one of those patience games that Ambito's talking about, man. He says he hit an 18er on the other day, swapped into Akash. Akash was up 15% the next day. That's what I'm talking about, right? Boom. What's up, Chris? Good move, Ambito. Chicken Taco says. Super crazy here at work today. Yeah, dude, it's hot as hell. Ambito also goes on to say that people lending are willing to win if they're long prints. So I have no issues profiting if it doesn't. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Yep. It's a give take relationship, man. You know, that's what it is. Let me see. Chris says, good morning, GM. Guys, don't forget, like the content, reshare it, retweet. I haven't been making content over the past, I'd say 2 weeks, and I apologize for that. I don't apologize, but I apologize. I was trying to and God bit, I don't want to get into this kind of worms, but we can later on. But I was very caught up with trying to get a few things right. Very much caught up in my own mindset of like the next things that I want to do. Obviously, if you guys know, I'm just gonna say it like I'm on the Juno operations DAO. That's the charter for Juno. The Juno charter is coming to an end here soon, I believe. There is, I believe, supposed to be a proposal to ask for the community to extend the charter with amendments. I'm not confident that the charter is the right structure. And even being on the department, I'm just going to go ahead and officially say this right now because whatever, not playing this political game. As it stands right now, I would even vote no to extend the charter in the current situation that it's in with the amendments that it has. I would vote no. And if I'm not trying to tell you guys how to vote, but I'm gonna vote no, and I even sit on the charter. So I don't like the way that it's being presented. So and I don't like the way that things are being handled. And so I can't, in good faith, do something that I don't believe in. I will fulfill every duty that I have, regardless, right? Regardless, because I'm just a representative of the people. But for me personally, guys, I will vote no. And I know I put up a draft proposal into where I think would be more efficient. I haven't even said this to anybody yet, but I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to postpone that proposal uh, and wait to see what the community decides with the proposal that should be or will be going up, that is going to ask the people to extend the Juno Charter with amendments, uh, and then I'll respond accordingly. But that means if I'm doing that, that and I'm gonna vote no for that. I'm just being very honest with you guys. Um, I will no longer be running as well if it does get extended. I will not be a delegate again because I just don't think that it's effective, and I don't think that I can do much within that organization into where my skill sets are. In order for me to do what I do and want to do, like I just can't do that there. So, and sometimes you just got to realize that, like, no matter what you try, what your intents were, um, you might not be in the right place. But I will fulfill every duty and be as unbiased as possibly can. So that's that. That's that. I'm gonna vote no for the extension of the charter with amendments when it goes on chain. And then if people, if people are interested, they can try to replace just about everybody on the charter. Because if you guys don't know, every delegate basically that's on the charter right now has said that they no longer want to be on the charter. So we're basically starting from scratch again. So good luck. Uh, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like if you look, there's on Commonwealth right now, and I don't want it to be a Juno thing, but it makes no sense right now. Like, right, we we put up elections for 15 new people, basically, all fucking 15. Uh, and then we're also putting up because nobody wants to stay, minus one, maybe one or two on the developer team. I don't know. Maybe Cope Boy or Lorenzo wants to do it, but just about everybody in the communications, the operations, and everybody in the development department has said that like they don't want to do it again. And so why? I just don't understand why. Why would we even put up a proposal to extend it with amendments when I don't understand it? Anyway, so that's my position on that officially. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back, wait, and fulfill my duties until the time is expired. But that's my official position. I much rather, and I'm gonna be honest with that too. If if the community does not vote to extend the charter with their amendments, I will probably propose for the Geno chain just to go to uh, partial set security. It makes the most sense to me. We literally, and I don't care what excuse we have, we literally just went down because because validators weren't keeping things up to date. Like, I don't care if they got it back up or whatnot. We literally just went down like the other day. Maybe you guys don't know that because they weren't trying to like highlight that. We literally just went down. It would be cost effective and beneficial to both sides for, as Joe would put it, the shit island of toxic waste to remain a neutral shit island of toxic waste, running on the security of the hub and being a truly permissionless toxic waste shit island for anybody to test code and do their thing. It should not have to be governed by any one entity or group of people who might have a combined interest to see things go a certain way. If they don't want to have a leader, it shouldn't have any kind of entity, in my opinion. So anyway, proof partial set security makes sense to me in this situation as things have started to pan out, and that's just my position. Hate me, I don't care. Hate me, like me for it. It's Uh, yeah, let's go on from that. I'm sorry, let's go on from that. Let's go. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to say that. Ambito says, "What's up, Jr." Ambito says, "Feed Wolf PB and J." I wish we could bid on those dev leverage positions, the ones where they expect to get liquidated or basically is taking that discount over. Yeah, 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 yep. Chicken Taco says he's with me. I appreciate you. Uh, something else that we've been talking about for a long, long time was outside of the crypto landscape, right? Is PAAS. PAAS up 47% on PAS on contracts. I've been telling you guys right now it's down 1%, but I've been telling you guys for a long time about Pan American Silver Corporation. This is one of my things that I really like outside of the crypto landscape. And I'm not telling you guys financial advice, but just keep an eye on it. Okay. Um, this is my indirect way of getting into precious metals and semiconductors and chip manufacturing, right? If you guys don't know, silver is used and precious metal is used in a lot of things in the industrial conversation and whatnot. But take a look at Pan American Silver Corporation. It is topped in the past here three times, right around that $40 range, right? $40 right here. This is again the weekly time frame right here. 2008, it happened here in 2011, recently in 2020, right? Price action was coming down, and this is a long term, really good. If you look at this again, I'm speculating on. We had one touch, two touch. We trend outwards. After that, we can kind of like assume maybe that trend stays intact. And I was telling people, right, as it comes down to here, the short term trend line and this long term trend line, that I was going to start buying up quite a bit of it. And I was telling people around, 14 to $10, like I was going to get into it all the way down to here. I got into it, guys. It is up, and it could have its ebbs and flows, and I don't know, right? Could go back down, but we came up to the 200 SMA on the weekly time frame. We had an 84% return from where we were DCAing into. So you guys gotta watch out for PAS. I think it's a really good long term play outside of the crypto landscape. I think as nobody was able to actually give me exciting news of what's happening within the crypto landscape, other than Ambito saying he likes to bid on liquidations, which is always fun, right? There is a lot of exciting things happening outside of the crypto landscape that's super super exciting. Like I think things such as PAS and precious metals are really really fun. Again, I've been telling you guys about the silver chart, right? Silver on the monthly time frame looks insane to me. Look at this. Look at this huge cup and handle. This is the monthly. Look at this huge cup and handle. Do you guys know what cup and handles do? They're supposed to be bullish. They're supposed to be bullish. So on a conservative time frame, I'm not giving you guys financial advice here, but on a conservative like scale, let's just be real. This is where I was coming from with everything, right? Usually the way that you want to look at this, right? As the way at least I look at it is with the cup and handle printing out right now. Hopefully it fulfills and actually does print out. The way that it usually goes is the depth of the cup is the depth of the handle, right? On half. I'm sorry, I should say half of the depth of the cup is the depth that you want the handle to reach, right? And then half, or a little bit less than that, but about half of the length of the cup here is about where you want the handle to also be as well. A little bit less than that, like I said, not exactly half, but a little bit less than that. So again, I'm just gonna eyeball this, right? Let's just say somewhere around here. Now, if we took that and we presented it here, look at that, guys. It could be it could be half, but look at that. Everything is just lining up here. Now, on a conservative level, again, not exactly, these things don't exactly have, but this is just how I do it. What I'm anticipating to see, what I'm anticipating to see, and more than likely will play out, is half, again, everything's in halves, right? Half of the depth, right, should be what we should anticipate to be the move from the top of the cup. So I think, though, what is more probable and conservative and responsible to do is even half of that length, right? So again, I'm just going to eyeball everything. I'm not going to go into measurements, although I could. But like say right here is, that's the length that we're looking for, about the depth, right? Usually we're looking for that to gain right about here, right? Do I think that silver per ounce is going to go to 175? Not that fast. Hell no. Could it? Yes, it's done it in the past for sure in a very short amount of time. When you really think about that, right? Look from here, 2002, from that low, which people don't want to be around for that long, to 2011, which is a little less than 10 years, it gained 1,158%. It's done that in the past here as well, easily. You can see that, right? Now, if you look at that from the top, right? If it plays out from the top, let's just say from the bottom here to what that is, that's only 247%. That's only 247%. So can it do 240%? It costs more, obviously, as we mature in price. So it takes more liquidity to move that price. But here's another thing about silver that you guys don't know, right? It's severely overweighted with paper derivative. They can't on the markets, not just the US markets. They can't go do this research. It's not my opinion. Do the fundamental research. This is why I consider myself a fundamentalist. Go and look to cover the cause, to cover what's out there when it comes to paper traded silver on the markets, right? Let's just say we go into some funky, fundamental, crazy situation like war, which has happened, right? You know how much silver and precious metals are in military equipment, in ammunition, in everything, in everything. Copper, silver. There's gold in your phone. Did you know that? Do you know how scarce it's going to be? You know how many people are going to have, they're going to have to cover that because physical can never compare to derivative or paper traded, right? It could definitely happen. But again, to make my point and to go back, conservatively, I always half my halves. So if this is half of the length, right, with this, I'm expecting that to be more like this. So realistically, I'm just speculating that the price can go to about 100 and like let's just say $100. I'll be taking profits before that, but that's where I think silver can go. Could you imagine that? I mean, everything's playing out, right? It should fulfill itself that way. And then you take a look at copper. Copper is the most bullish chart you've ever laid your eyes on ever when it comes to any kind of like precious metals, right? Look at this long-term chart. This is such a good-looking chart. Womp, 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 womp. It's stair-stepping its way all the way up. This long-term chart. You can't. The bad thing about copper is that you can't own. It's especially as just a regular person. I own some copper, physical copper, because I think it's fun. But it's so hard to like self custody your own silver and copper unless you actually have secure places to do so and that you're willing to take on that risk, right? But I'm just saying, imagine, this gets me more excited right now, the possibilities here, than even in crypto. Why? Why, Tank? Why does that make you? Well, look at the copper chart, look at the silver chart, right? Silver, just to go back to all-time highs, just to all-time highs, which is done in the past, right? Right here, from the price action right here to even just like let's just say here. That's oops, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on the freaking thing. I'm not on my measuring stick. Just from here to here gives me 41% move. That's more conservative and it's more proven, not speculative, right? 41% move. If I go to Bitcoin right now, in order for me just to get a double up, I need 100%, right? Just a double up, I need 100%, 100% move from where it's at right now, right? So let me go and zoom in. I need 100% from where it is right now. 100% move on Bitcoin's price action right now as it stands would mean that we're coming up to $133,000 Bitcoin. What's the likelihood of that happening? Quicker than me getting a percent somewhere else. You know what I mean? I'm not saying sell your Bitcoin. If you guys can't see it here, I have this white line right here because I think that we're going to top off somewhere around 143 for this, whatever you want to call it, appreciation phase. I'm just saying the realistic places that the crypto market can go is only so high. The same liquidity that's in the markets, especially now that Bitcoin is in the traditional muggle markets, is the same liquidity everywhere. It's not like it's separate. It's not like the big players have separate wallets all over the place. It's their books. It's all one. When they look at that stuff, it's the same binded book, just a different page. So you got to add and it's the same players too. So you got to ask yourself, if I feel that way, how do they feel? Right? They're not going to make moves probably until they actually get into better positions as well. Why would they take any more risk unless it hits certain levels? Look at the monthly time frame for Bitcoin right now. Monthly time frame, right? We're using Market Cipher. Monthly time frame right here. By the way, I want to show you guys this monthly time frame. We have a red sell dot right here as well. We have a red sell dot right here. We haven't had that in a long time. Last one was back here. It's September 2023, right? We had that, right? We have this. This one didn't play out because it was on the lower side of things. This one more than likely has a higher probability to play out because we're already high with the RSIs. We're high, right? We've already gained a lot of momentum right here. We've already gained a lot of momentum right here. So more probability to play out to the downside, right? Look at the monthly time frame on Market Cipher A though. golden pocket, kind of lining all up with the 200 SMA monthly time frame, long-term trend line, right? Come down. It could cut through all these fibs on the monthly time. We could come down easily 40, 38 to 40 something easy because emotion takes you, is impactful, could take you down and wick past it and come right back up. Emotion is strong, right? When people are fearful, it's strong, man. Are you guys ready for that though? Right? Well, I just moved something else. Are you guys ready for that? That's the realistic places. I don't care what anybody else is telling you guys right now about the crypto market or what's happening with XRP and or what's happening with ADA or what's happening with Ethereum or what's happening with Cosmos. It doesn't matter. The same liquidity is the same liquidity. And if Bitcoin takes a hit and has I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm very skeptical about the impactful altcoin rally that a lot of people, even my peers, have been putting out there. I'm very, very questioning it and their reasonings. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying some of them won't pump, right? Some of them will. Some of them are worth being in long term, depending on what like the inflation is. If you're staking it, if you're holding, what's the benefit, right? What's the benefit of me holding this? Is what you got to ask yourself. If I'm not trying to take advantage like Ambito's liking to do, if I'm not trying to take advantage of other people's fear, uncertainty, and doubt, if I'm not getting bids on Orca and other places that allow me to do similar things, like what's the benefit of me spending my capital right now? That's what I want to know. It's been also kind of fun bidding on FUD in the ETH versus Solana war. Just careful to accumulate, which, yeah, that's so. Which one do you think it is? Solana or ETH? Yes, let me know in the chat. Which one do you guys think it is? Solana or ETH? I don't, and again, it's been so long. I don't mean to come on here and just start like preaching. By the way, I'm not wearing like a prison suit. This is the lab. This is scrubs that I wear for the lab because I go in and I help at my wife's office. I call it her office. It is her office. She's the owner operator. We both own it, but she's the operating dentist, sole owner. And we have like 8 employees. When we get overwhelmed, which we're starting to get overwhelmed, have to sometimes go in there and do lab work and stuff like that. So I try to help my wife out whenever at all possible. And I plan to go in and do that. So yeah, but yeah. So I don't mean to come in here and just FUD everything. I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys have a better understanding of like what's out there. I like both. Ambito says buying ETH when Sol was popping pre-ETH ETF announcement was a good play. Yeah, yep, it was. It was totally good play. I saw somebody post recently like, oh, I forget who was prepping a Solana ETF. I just don't know about that one though. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other things in the Cosmos ecosystem. Actually, let's just take a look at everything. Let's just take a look at everything. Who cares, right? Let's take a look at everything real quickly. Let's go to the daily time frame so that you guys can better see this stuff, and we'll just fly through a couple of charts just to let you guys know what I'm seeing, where I'm seeing it, right? Let's go here. BTC down 2.28%. We've come down to our first point of interest on the short term on the daily time frame, right? We're underneath the 50 SMA. The 200 SMA is right here at 56.8. I think 56.8 on the daily time frame is an interesting place for short-term scalpers. And what I mean, it's not just like hour to hour. I'm literally, again, on the daily time frame. So when I'm looking at things, I'm talking about like 48 or 72 hour flippers. But yeah, we're down here. I think I wouldn't be interested unless it comes down to like 57. If you guys don't think that can't happen, you guys have not been listening to what I've been saying. I think honestly, we can come all the way down here to that, that look, you guys don't want to believe me. Like, look at this right here. The trend line is at 37 to about right here, 40. That's where I think, with the price moving, because it doesn't just drop. Well, it does drop sometimes, but it'll probably come below here, and that's where you want to really be taking a look at long term. It was Canada. Yeah, Canada was going to do a Sol ETF. You freaking Canadians are crazy people. Love you guys to death. You crazy people. Litecoin is down 3.13. You know what I love about Litecoin? It's everywhere. I love Litecoin because it's everywhere. You can find it everywhere. DOT down 0.8%. I'm none of these things have changed for me. And I'm going to take a moment and just 90 booby right here. right? I'm just whatever. It is what it is. If you guys don't believe me, go back and go pull your receipts from what I've always said to people for over 2 years now, almost 3 years. I don't know. It feels like forever. None of these places have moved as far as like these yellow lines, points of interest that I've been sharing with people on certain tokens. This was one of them. And again, it takes a long time for me to be able to do this. So I got to take the opportunity when I am, because nobody believes you when you show it. Everybody thinks you're a piece of shit and you're a liar and you don't know what you're talking about. But when it does play out, you're like, hold on, let me just remind you guys. So I have a 4x4 DCA strategy that I told you guys I would deploy on certain things, right? These is just the first 3 points of interest for my 4x4 DCA strategy. Now, since I don't know, I'm not a mind reader. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a vagabond. I'm not a rogue. I don't know, right? I told you guys to look out for these zones. Polkadot, 364, 361. Hit it to a T on our second zone of our DCA strategy. And I've also told you none of this stuff matters or works unless you're an avid profit taker. If you're consistently profit taking. To the top, you're up 230% in 150 days. Kiss my ass. I benefited from this. I don't even like Polkadot, but I benefited from this. Anything that I shared with you guys, I did it. I'm telling you guys right now, I freaking did it. I wouldn't be sharing it, you know. Link right here. Again, I didn't actually get the link places that I want. I got to wick into my first zone. This right here, right? Because I was a little late. I was a little late for everything. But I think Timmy asked me this. I was like, oh, here, I would look to start DCAing at 11:32 and then 9:09. I got just a small fraction on my first of four for my DCA strategy, right? It's my first feeler buys. But even from here, if you just wicked in with a small feeler buy where I was showing you guys, right? Let's just say here to where it is. Even right now, you're up 12%. At one point, you're up 51%, right? I didn't get that one though. That was one of them that I just, and it's coming back down. So I'm actually kind of happy. I'm still sticking with these zones right here. I'm still buying at 11:32 and I'm still going to buy. I have orders right now at 9:09 because if it comes down to here, I have my third one. Actually, let's just set this right now. My third ones will be, where's my, right here. It's really easy. And I can change that to these dotted lines. There. And then I don't think it's going to go much further than that. But then let's just do this here. The absolute bottoms here where it touched before. That's my first 4x4, my short term 4x4, right? So that's where I would look right now for link. 11:32, 9:09, 6:17, 5:04. Solana. Same thing as I said before. Look here. None of these things have changed. So kiss my ass if you don't believe me. You guys want to FUD me all the damn time. Go ahead. Do it. Do it all you guys want. But this line right here, 117, right? From that zone, from that bottom, because you got wicked into it, to that recent top was 61%. 61%. Now this was super interesting. I showed everybody short term. I didn't put much weight into this, and I actually, matter of fact, didn't take a very big position anyway on this first line. So I didn't do much with Solana, but I was showing you guys this potential huge cup, and this handle was playing out. This was interesting to see. Totally didn't play out though. This was the first, like everything was working for it, right? Everything. Look at that. You can kind of see that. But I didn't pay this much. I remember putting this out here, and then I just lost interest because it was like, I'm just not into memes. I think memes are what they are. They're really beneficial for people that have the time to keep up with them and stuff like that. And a lot of people make more money on memes than actual blue chip tokens, which is fucking funny to me. But we put this out here, and then like it was meme season, and I was like, all right, I'm out. So I didn't pay any attention. But this is going back in hindsight, looking at this. What a horrible turn of events for Solana, right? Like it was trying to do it. 200 SMA. I think right now is a really interesting place because right now on the daily time, it's sitting on the 200 SMA, which is interesting. And if you look back, like anytime you get below the 200 SMA right here, it was a good place to start DCAing. This was the Corona dump right here, so you can't really compare that stuff. But anytime that I got to 200 SMA, it was a nice place to start DCAing, right? Especially if you got into right here. But in any case, I'm not interested until it comes back down to these lower levels again. These levels in the past, admittingly, were when I actually was buying it a lot on Coinbase. This was before I was like really into the Cosmos, this chart right here. So for me, it's hard to actually get into it unless it gives me these zones again. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't. It's kind of hard, right? It's kind of hard to say that. But anyway, let's move off of Solana. Ethereum down 1.06%. Ethereum got rejected hard off the long-term trend line, which was support in the past. Now resistance. Let me show you guys here on the weekly time frame what I'm talking about here. You see this right here, white line. It was support, turned into resistance, tried to hold up as support, got resistance again. That's usually how things go. That's why I project out for a long term. Now, what I think more than likely is going to happen since it got rejected as resistance, but it's kind of weird now with what happened with the fundamental developments of the SEC kind of backing off and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. And these weekly candles are kind of giving me weird vibes as well. Again, look at kind of like what played out before when we had similar candles. This candle looks very similar to this candle right here, right? More like a hammerish candle. Anyway, it's getting bought up here on the weekly time frame, but I'm still looking at the SMA on the 50. I'm looking at the SMA at the 200, and I would more rather get in on this position here than speculate that it's going to turn around for whatever reason and bust through, which was resistance recently for Ethereum's price action. Like I'd much rather like take that risk down here. Everything else lines up right here anyway, right? So kind of makes more sense to me. I've sold off into this resistance line. I've actually put it out there. So full disclosure again, I was telling my inner group and the people that watch the channel that I sold a little bit more of my long-term Ethereum holdings. Just because I have to, when it's coming back and testing previous resistance and or support. But yeah, Atom right now getting demolished. Told you guys before about Atom, right? Long-term trend line. We're on the weekly time frame again. Long-term trend line. This trend line is just holding our head underwater, just drowning us over a long period of time. But again, 4x4 DCA strategy. Everybody, especially some people from Notional Litbit, tried to come out and say I was crazy about my levels and stuff like that. First of four is these three. And then yes, 80 cents. You don't think that can happen? You're absolutely insane. We whipped into this. I made a lot of profit on Atom as well. Came down to here, right? Second DCA position for my 4x4 DCA strategy to the top. When we came back up to the weekly 200 SMA, I sold off again. I sold off a good chunk of my Atom holding. That was 124% move on the chart. You're crazy if you get a triple digit percent move present itself on the chart and you're not selling off into it, especially if you wick into it perfectly like we did, right? Built up our position, 1, 2, hit it to a T, saw it run. We sold off a little bit here, sold off the complete last remaining parts of it up into the 200 SMA on the weekly time frame. Again, if you looked at it on the daily time frame, it's really easy to see, right? And then we came back down. And again, we're just rinsing and repeating. So again, we're still underneath. And I told you guys this is always a caveat. It depends on momentum, depends on fundamentals. I look at zones, I project out on what looks juicy to me, but I won't buy them unless things are also lining up. Like what would make me buy that? What's the catalyst for upwards price action? Right now, I don't see it for Atom. Not unless everything goes to partial set security and we start actually using Atom for what it is, right? And Atom starts getting inflation from some of these other proof of stake networks within the Cosmos ecosystem that could benefit from the security that the Cosmos Hub can provide. And then the Cosmos Hub can benefit from the inflation or partial inflation that these other proof of stake networks provide, right? There's got to be a synergetic relationship happening. That's also why I kind of think Neutron's in a weird position because it actually doesn't offer the hub anything, right? And this is why I also think that the Juno network that has an inflation schedule and not a high, it's already kind of done with, unlock position happening, I think it's probably more beneficial for the Cosmos Hub to adopt the Juno network as a permissionless smart contract playground than long-term Neutron. Like I just don't understand that from a retail's perspective, right? I just don't understand that. What benefit does the hub get from Neutron? It doesn't get inflation, right? So I don't understand that. Maybe I'm wrong, but somebody can just tell me. Like that's why I advocate for Juno network specifically to go to partial set security, and then we could have other people worry about maintaining our chain or keeping it up. And there could be also some overlap with some validators that also are on, because there's overlap everywhere with the Cosmos ecosystem. Validators that are also on the Cosmos Hub. Some of them are the same validators on Juno. Anyway, nonetheless, take a look at this, guys. Just watch. If you guys don't think that it can't, and look, even recently, like this is just a couple of weeks ago. Even recently, you guys got it again. This position right here, first of four, our second DCA strategy, you could have wicked into it, even to where you are right now. That's 8.94%. So anyway, I'm not taking any more positions. I'm just watching this for Adam. I'm sorry, Adam Cosmos Hub. I'm not trying to fudge you guys. Just being real. Kujira down 1.31. The great thing about Kujira is Scott's been saying this a lot. Is it's not exposed to a lot of the other risks that some of these Cosmos paired tokens have with Osmosis. I've been sharing this, and hopefully, I very much hope that this actually doesn't get backfired in my face because channel sponsor and all, and I'm super bullish, and I don't want to look like a fool. But I've been telling people before, and even with the channel sponsor, these zones right here, these yellow zones, is what I was looking for when it comes to Kujira. Now, my sponsorship Kujira, I haven't sold any of that really. I sell like $100 here and there, but I hold it. I just hold and I give back to the community and stuff like that. I'm actually looking to buy quite a bit of it at 102. I'm looking at this last zone right here. I think more than likely what's going to happen, and this is just me speculating, there's a lot of cool things happening for Kujira right now. But what I'm seeing right here is I'm seeing a slowdown in selling volume, and I'm seeing it start looking like it wants to go. I don't know if it's going to do it, but it looks like it wants to kind of bottom out here and go sideways for a little bit before it kind of like tries to reclaim the charts. The interesting thing about Kujira is you can actually go to the Kujira charts or their fin, because all Kujira is out there, right? Like all the Kuji token is out there. You can go to the Kujira order book or fin. I'm sorry, excuse me. Let me go here. Stop, stupid thing. It's not Kujira's not stupid. I'm messing it up here. You can go to fin. I'm sorry. Go to fin here, and you can see the sell pressure that's out there right now. Like you can literally see that with their pairings, USK pairing, right? You can see it. Look at here. There's a huge, semi-huge amount in comparison to the other ones in the USK at right around $1.28. So someone's put a big sell wall right there at 128. Somebody's also put a big sell wall of almost 100,000 USK right at 150. So until those things get exhausted, right, that there's going to be those sell walls, those stopping points right there. But after that in USK, it looks like there's a lot of things that could run. So like maybe some projects that can absorb that or are bullish on Kujira in itself could just like, I don't know, like I said, absorb that punishment and market make, I would say. Right. But then you got to look at the USDC pairings as well on FIM. See the sell walls here. Same thing. And it's kind of funny. It's the same players. I'm sure of it. This is their USDC versus USK, right? Look at this. It's the same positions. 44, and it's basically the same amounts too, which is really funny. 44,000 and then almost 100,000 right here at 150, right? So some interesting things to take. It's in like the all truthfulness. It's not a big amount. That's not a big amount for any one player or entity to absorb. It's really not. And then you see the buying support that it has right here. A lot of people like myself at $1.02 would be more than willing to buy at $1. Yeah. Right here at 87 cents. I think I have one just before that. There's almost $75,000 in USDC waiting to buy that up. So it's really, really interesting, right? And then the Kujira Atom pairing right here. There's also a lot of sell pressure. Again, at certain points in the charts here, it's really interesting to see. Let me see here. Ambito says, I entered some Kuji stable LPs recently. Seems like a good spot. But yeah, I think so too. I'm telling you guys, Kujira has so much really cool little things that you could do, like lend out your positions as well, or your stables as well. Yeah. So I'm not gonna, because it looks like I'm favoring Kujira right now, but yeah, it's just some interesting things when it comes to Kujira. Yeah, especially with the yield I found in one of them. Which one are you talking about? Share with the class. Share with the class. So yeah, I just what I'm speculating for Kujira, Jackal, channel sponsor of mine, $2. I'm down. I'm sorry, 2.61%. It's at 20, I'm sorry, fucking everything is a point or two right now. 23 cents, little above 23 cents. I really like this position for Jackal right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've been considering buying a really hefty amount of Jackal. If it comes back down, I'm channel sponsor, so I'm gonna like reinvest into it. But like right here, not saying that it's gonna happen, guys, but I'm telling you guys right here at 13 cents, I'm gonna buy a fuck ton of Jackal. I am. I'm gonna start buying a fuck ton of Jackal. It's really easy to do this one right here. I'm not saying it's gonna come back down to here. And I think Scott from the podcast, I tried to say that at the same time, is probably going to not let that happen because I know he's a whale in Jackal. So he'll probably protect his position, but I'll probably reinforce his position by buying some of these as well here. Like, guys, I think Jackal is such a cool project. Stars, I love the Stars community, but the token's taking a beating right now. Osmosis, again, taking a beating right now. I'm taking a look at 44 cents just to utilize it as a tool for me to profit on. But 44 cents and then 22 cents. Akash down 7% right now. Again, I'm going to be buying probably or starting my DCA strategy right on this trend line here, which is probably going to be right around $2.34. But that's where I think the more fair evaluation is. What's up, Odie? For Akash. I said this before too, and I'm a firm supporter of Akash as well. I think they've been doing some really cool things in the space, even outside of the crypto landscape. But if you actually just do your homework and look at like the leases versus the utilization with their GPUs and some of the you know utilities that they have for their platform, it just doesn't add up with the high evaluation right now. For me at least, it doesn't. For me at least, it doesn't. At least as far as like a retail buyer of the token. Now, again, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I was sharing stuff about Akash when Akash was like 23 cents and below. I was sharing back when the unlocks were happening or going to be unlocked and done with back in the day. I was making a lot of money on Akash. So like my average price for Akash, which I've already really going to be truly and honestly with you guys, taken a lot of profits from Akash. Like everything that I have is free and clear. I'm just being very upfront with you guys. Like I took out so much profit from 23 cents leading up to the, over $5. Like I was just laddering out the entire time. And some people thought I was sleeping for that, whatever. But I just like having profits. So don't feel that dumb. Anyway, but if it comes back down and gives me these opportunities again, I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it all day long. Anyway, Neutron right now as well. I'm just like not trying to fudge you guys into it or like tell you guys what to do. But do your research on like utilization rates and like what they're taking. Scott says this all the time. What's your blockchain cost versus what you're taking in? It really comes down to it. He's like spot on about that stuff. Like, what does it cost? And what are you taking in? Other than that, there's the other side of like being a speculative trader, right? Short-term trader. What would be the catalyst for any price words action on the charts? That's the only two questions that at any given time. If you're an investor, you're asking the first question that Scott asks all the time. And if you're a short-term person, you got to ask, what's the catalyst? I don't see a lot of them happening right now. But Neutron, again, same thing, right? Like, what is the catalyst right now for Neutron to pump? I don't see one. As a matter of fact, there's more of a catalyst for it to dump because there's going to be huge unlocks happening like right around the corner. So be prepared. Sorry, I'm not trying to FUD Neutron either. It's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm just being real. TIA is up 1.73. Again, I was sharing you guys these yellow lines are my points of interest, and then further down below, always dependent on fundamentals and price action and momentum. Again, I haven't repositioned myself with TIA. I will reinforce it in just the plain regards of protecting my position on these white dotted lines right here, if it happens that way, because I got to protect myself, right? So I will deploy more capital or equal or more capital than I did in the past, just so that I can ladder myself down and then get the fuck out. That's just me. Abito says, it's high risk, but what do I, it's high risk, but what do you think of Roids? It will soon have the new DeFi use case when it goes live on Neutron. It will also have more LP pairs instead of only Atom, which might help price. I think Roids is one of the better dApps that are out there. And I think Roids connects It sounds so weird to say that. The more possible collaboration benefits than others. And so it is high risk for sure. But I think the participants that are collabing with them might, again, it's not manipulation, right? It's just what it is. They're protecting their interests as well. Might collab enough, or yeah, I'm not gonna use the word collude. Might collab enough in order for it to be beneficial short term. I don't know about long term, but I think I think it might be a risk that you might want to take. Might be, right? Might be. Makes sense to me. Um, Juno, uh, Juno is getting beat up, beat up, beat up, beat up. I've already went on rants about things. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want people to say, "Oh, you were the." So much Star Wars reference. I don't want people to say you were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force. Instead, you killed like younglings and stuff. Oh, whatever. Um, yeah. So that's Juno. It's 14 cents. Evmos getting beat up even further. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about Evmos. I haven't even been keeping up with it. Um, Injective up 2.65%. It's actually Injective was really cool actually, and it's actually just because of the playground that is Injective and the community behind it. Uh, Nothing else other than that. I'm considering buying into this first yellow. Like I'm still considering it. Still haven't pulled the trigger, but this was my first point of interest, and it's come back down to this. Previous resistance, previous support. I think it looks juicy right now, but if I do buy this, it's going to be a really small amount, and then I'll be more interested at 12.48. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Can it come back down to 5.35? More than likely would be the better place for me to really put any kind of capital out there. But again, it's all about fundamentals. Like why? What's the catalyst, right? Uh, Chihuahua down two, but I think Chihuahua was trying to do interesting things as well. Recently, I haven't been really keeping up. But these were my points of interest. I haven't really, it hasn't really interested me. That's just where I was looking. Just because I was caught up, and it's only just because I was so caught up with what was going on with Juno trying to make a difference. And thank God I'll be able to actually soon step away from that if that's what happens, right? And I could put my efforts elsewhere. Um, but anyway, they're still trying, guys. I still see posts quite often from Chihuahua. They're still trying to innovate. As a matter of fact, as far as the smart contract place within the Cosmos ecosystem, I don't think they're fully permissionless, but as far as the smart contract place, like they're still trying, dude. So I'll give them that. Um, I think they had a burn recently as well. Secret, not Secret Network, who is my Shade Network, I'm sorry, who is my channel sponsor, but Secret, the Secret token coming down as well. Points of interest that I was looking at again are these dotted zones here. Again, I'm channel sponsored, so take that with a grain of salt. It is below the 200 SMA. Um, I'm interested just in a few fundamental changes that Shade has done, but I don't. I want to choose my words carefully when it comes because it's so hard to not cross reference Shade and Secret. It's kind of almost one and the same effort. Um, I'm more bullish on Silk and Shade and D Shade than I am Secret. But Secret is how you get in, but maybe not so much anymore, right? Like, what's the My whole thing is, what's the catalyst to hold Secret? There's other things that I'm more bullish in within the Secret network, but why Secret? I can get into Shade other ways, right? Or will be soon, I believe. Let me go down. Is there anything else? What else? What else you guys want me to look at? Archway, Archway right now, guys. And shout outs to Astrovault and whatnot. But you guys, I'm just gonna say it, guys. Archway, you guys need to back Astrovault like right now. Let me actually take my face and put it right here. Let me do this. This is the Archway chart on TradingView. Archway, back Astrovault, double down, triple down on them right now. They are the most fruitful and most bullish thing that you guys got going on right now. And you guys need to, I think it'd be smart for you guys to really put the support behind the people that built something and deployed something like now, right now, full force, full support. I think you guys should do that. Get behind the cell and like blow real freaking hard. That's all I'm saying. Like I think that would be a really smart thing to do. Well, no, I did not. Can you have the post for that? Are you talking about the one for Archie's Archway NFT Marketplace the other day? I did not. So hopefully that changes what my or maybe that will, show me that there is some interest. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers though. But I think Archway guys, I might just for speculation, I might buy obviously at the lows here at like 4 cents, 5 cents, maybe. But bro, you guys got to really back them. Architect. No, I did not. I'll have to. Can you send me that message or something like that? Or maybe I can just look it up later. But I'll look at that. I think it'd be really smart of you guys, Archway. Crow Bros, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate you guys being here. 158 people watching. Look on Twitter for Archie. Okay, I can do that right now. Should it is okay? Let's do that right now. Screw it. We'll do it right now. Archie Tech. Archie Tech. Archie. Just want to make sure I even spelled it wrong even when I was looking. Archie Tech. Archie Tech. Tech. No, why am I spelling that wrong? All good. Is it hot where you're at, dude? Oh, it's because I'm an idiot and I don't want to put R's in things. Architect Diajet? What? I'm not seeing it. Architect. I'm not seeing it. Architect Magazine, Architect Tradition. I don't know. I think I'm special or something. I don't understand. I don't see it. What if I just look up Archway? Actually, Archway. Did they post anything? Yeah, see, this is okay. Let me actually bring this up to you. I tagged you in the comments of the. Okay, let me see the notifications. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I got you. Got you. I got you. Thank you, bud. Struggling over there. Struggling. Apparently. Just over here struggling. Okay, let me see. Architect thread. Let's share this. There have been some questions on why we haven't built much on Archway in a while. The only details we offered publicly before were that we were changing. In reality, there was a chain of actions that produced a. Wow, no, I don't like how this is going already. Doing anything on Archway. My name is with the head of marketing and partnerships. We just concluded our whitelist contract, and your project was shortlisted by Archway for us to collab and offer you community whitelist. I've seen how big your community is, and we would like to offer you 50 whitelists. Sounds awesome. When are you planning to launch? It will be launched Archway independently. Date will be announced soon, and we are launching on Archway, but not using Architect. I'm kind of surprised we have custom whitelist contracts and everything already made. If you use projects, what? When we came to Archway, we were inspired by the concept of the chain and wanted to make it a home. When we arrived, we presented Phi Labs with a long list of things we could build and asked them which they had the greatest needs of and the most interested for. Sorry, guys, you guys, I need glasses and I don't have them, so I'm reading slow like a child. Despite various convinced tools being on top of our own list, Phi Labs wanted an NFT platform, being eagerly aimed to please. We would make the coolest NFT platform in Web3 I've ever seen. However, it soon became apparent that Phi Labs was either steering NFT projects away from launching on us, or at least didn't tell any of them about our launchpad. The only why I don't understand. Phi Labs, I heard like okay, I don't understand because I've heard rumors similar things before with Phi Labs, but like, what? It seems like we're forcing them to develop things from scratch. Eventually, we learned from why Phi Labs wanted to build their own in-house NFT platform to compete with us, despite asking us to build one on the chain in the first place. Our first thought was to save them some time by suggesting that we sell them Architect, but then had not even started developing on their own platform yet. It would have saved them time and money. We could always build something new on Archway. However, the offer they wanted to give us was insultingly low, and we couldn't justify taking it, as Phi Labs controls the first point of contact to many teams and their socials for the chain. Compete with would be an uphill battle, not worth the resources. Thus, everyone had their time wasted. When the platform arrived, it clearly took many of the what? Dude, what is this? Follow you guys. I'd like to talk to you guys, Archie Tech. I'd like to talk to you guys. I'd like to. I'm about ready to get freed up in a lot of different things, so I'd like to actually talk to you guys. So, open invitation to the team over there at Archie Tech. I'd like to kind of dive into this a little bit more because, like I was saying, I have heard similar things happen to other teams. I'm not going to name them in the past, and it just I don't like. I have my opinions. I'm not going to say them right now, but it doesn't make any sense at all, other than what I think would be the reason, which is totally bullshit. But yeah, open invitation, my friend. I would love to actually get to talking with you guys to kind of know a little bit more. So actually, okay, Archway, maybe I won't buy anything at at that. But now I gotta ask myself. Now I gotta ask myself, and this is I gotta ask myself, which is fuck, man, damn it. I don't want to say certain things. Eric, Ethan, my friends, I full support of you guys and your project, and I think that we're smart enough and capable enough and have the resources and product that could be fine by itself. But I'd like to talk to you guys as well. I would love to talk to you guys, and I'd love to have you guys on a maybe even on a combined space. Really would. Gang, gang. What's up, Mad? Gang, gang. That's interesting. Ambito, thank you for putting it out there, man. That's super interesting because now I gotta ask myself. I don't think, and this is what I was trying to be really careful about saying. You know, I invested into Astrovault because I like the team. I like Eric Ethan. I like what they've built. I like the ethos. I like the direction. I like the white paper. I like everything about the damn platform. I like it. I think it's smart. I think it's super smart. I think they're super smart. I think they have a product that's sellable and good. Now, I don't think that this is, you know, per se as bad as in my mind I'm maybe throwing myself down into for them, but it's always a concern, right? Astrovault was built with Archway. I just got done saying I think Archway should throw their full support behind Astrovault instead of always thinking about they need to do it themselves, right? And that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Like I've heard similar things before where things get built or started and then they kind of use that as a framework to copycat and or reproduce and then slosh around certain assets or resources, but it doesn't make sense to me. Like I don't understand, but that's what seems to be happening because they want to be. It can only be because they want to have complete control, but it doesn't make that much sense to me. Um, any case, that's just me from the outside looking in. Like I bought into Astrovolt because of it now, but now I got to ask myself, shit, what effect does this have if they're doing this to other teams and they're probably not going to throw the full force behind supporting Astrovault like I want them to? What does that mean in regards to Astrovault? Now, can they find the support that they need elsewhere? And I have to, I'm not trying to fud my own bags, but I'm trying to be real with everybody else. I bought in to the AXV token, right? There was some things that happened recently with Astrovault and not Astrovault, and the Archway community that I particularly did not like, and that was That's neither here nor there, but I'm just gonna be real about it. Um, when we bought the token, it was valued at, I think, like 7 cents, 7 or 8 cents. Right now, one Astrovault is now little. It's like half of a 6 cents. It's not even. It's sitting right in the middle there. 6 cents. I'm down on what I was sold the token for, but I'm counting on things like Outbid and these farms and stuff like that to be, you know, to balance it. But we need things. Archie Tech, launch your NFT platform. Can you guys do something together where you're launching it on through Astrovault, or can you build together? Can you guys collab? Can you guys collab together? What's going to drive more value here? Where are they going to I think Juno should have done stuff here. I think that would have helped. I think anyway. I don't know. Now I'm just snowballing. I got to ask these questions, right? It's fun, but we want our positions to all make money. We don't want to like just stroke everybody's hair just to make us all feel good and say, "Oh, you know, don't worry, it'll be okay." Like this farm was like it was 20% at one time. It's 10% now. It's got 500,000 in TVL in there. Do I stay farming this now? Is the question. What do I do? Obviously, been other people. I don't know, man. Fuck. I gotta ask myself now. Does it make sense? That makes sense to me. Ethan, Eric, you guys know I love you guys to death. I'm just saying, right? We gotta. What are we gonna do now that it looks like Archway? Man, I don't. Sometimes I don't understand business practices from. Not sometimes. A lot of times I don't understand business practices or decisions that are made within the crypto landscape. But it's whatever. I guess some things aren't meant to make sense. I guess they just kind of are what they are. But in any case, guys, that's all I got for today. I mean, I say that's all I got, but I've been going for an hour and 30 minutes. It's been a long time since I've actually been making live streams, just because I was trying to do other things, guys, and I apologize for that. Um, Takeaway from that, guys, and again, I just want to kind of reiterate a few things to you guys, just so that you guys are aware. On the Bitcoin chart, you guys got to be prepared for the realistic price action to be able to move all the way down to this line right here, for the 38 to 40 thousand dollar price point. Even if that happens, which has happened in the past before, and if you guys don't believe me, I can show you guys real quickly that realistically can happen, guys. That we can come down to that long term trend line, and be absolutely fine. Still be trend intact. Let me go to the monthly actually and kind of share with you guys something that I shared with you guys in the past, when it comes to that. And this right here, I don't want to even look at the previous halving and bull market because that was unrealistic. Let's go to the one before that, 2016, right, when we crossed the line here. You guys do see that when we crossed the line here shortly after, we had a good dump, right? We had a good dump back then. Let me go to the weekly time frame. So here, this is where I want you guys to be focused on right here, right? Just like now, the anticipation phase from hitting the trend line, we had a really good pump up from the low to the high. It was like 300, almost 400%, right? And then from there, we downward sloped from the high, from topping off to the wick low, about 40%, around 40%. And so if you look at, again, things necessarily not repeat themselves, but maybe rhyming from the low, like I said, right, from the low to the high, which is about 400%. So same thing, right? From the low to the high, basically. And then from the high topping out, if things don't necessarily repeat themselves but rhyme, right? Let's just say we can go candle, we can go, just go from candle, not wick highs, but from the candle bodies itself to the low, right? What I say about 40% before? Look at that. Does that make sense to you guys now? If you guys don't think that it can happen, it has happened, and we have these sayings for a reason, right? I've shown you guys several things on why this could actually take place, and that's the most simple way to show it to you guys now. It's happened in 2016. It can happen almost to a T right now and bring us down to those levels that I've been sharing with you guys. 40% move, just like what happened last time when we topped out after having that that run up, that anticipation run up, right, of about 400%, a little less than 400%. We can come back down, still stay trend intact, which happened back then. And it also leads to the 200 SMA on the weekly time frame, just above our golden pocket, which is a strong place on the fibs, right? And our long-term trend line that's intact. So anybody and everybody that you guys have been following that's been yelling out alt season, meme tokens, bull market, all this other crap, right? Sure, they might have some rhyme or reason to what they're regurgitating, some hopium, whatever it is. And I'm not sure. I want to be absolutely clear about this. I'm not sure that this repeats itself, but I look at probabilities and averages and I put it out there for people so that they can be better informed on the possibilities of it happening again, right? Why buy now when you could possibly buy lower, right? I don't know where that low is going to stop. Hell, it might wick straight through. It might go down to zero. I don't know, but it's happened in certain ways and orders in the past. And so it could possibly, along with fundamental things and, you know, uh, things on the charts lining up to show confluence, or like strength to that theory, it could definitely do it again. So hopefully this has been beneficial to you guys. Hopefully you guys are getting a lot out of it. I'm not trying to fight anything. I'm just trying to give you guys perspective, right? It's been a real blessing to be sitting on the sidelines, like not having to fucking worry about stuff. But it is what it is, right? Like I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. We could come down to that 38, 40 $1,000 price point. And if you look at everything with a long drawn out, long time horizon, we're still very much so. I'm gonna share with you guys here. There's only been 2 trend lines, right? 1, 2. We're still very much so trend intact, right? If you look at this, we're still very much so trend intact. That's all that's happening. That's it. And we have to have sellers to have buyers, unless everybody's an idiot and just buys hopium and green candles, which definitely do so, because I'm here to take advantage of other people's stupidity. I'm trying to give out my 2 cents so that everybody's not stupid, at least not the people that watch this channel. So that's all I got for you guys today, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. And I just want to say, actually, as well, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everybody that's been following along with my journeys within the crypto landscape and some of the endeavors that I have taken part of. More recently and directly, what I'm talking about is the Juno network, right? It is coming for me, I think, unless some things change and, the charter's structure is done away with entirely. I think for me, as far as being directly involved, it might be coming to a close. Now, that doesn't mean that I might not be an independent community member throwing up proposals. Catch my drift. Wink, 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 wink. I can still do that. But like as a direct organization member to anything, I don't know. I'm not. I'm just too exhausted to. I don't know how this is gonna sound. To work with others and be held back and handcuffed by that kind of shit. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna say that I make more impactful moves. I think when I'm release the beast, like when you unshackle the kraken, like just I feel whatever something in my eye. No, wait a minute, I'm still doing it on this side too. Hold on, maybe that's a wink. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys to death. I really hope that you guys are all okay and in a profitable position and enjoying your life, guys. Please do me a favor, like the channel, subscribe on YouTube. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.